Welcome to this healing in my sanctuary on releasing shame. Tonight, I'm going to create a composite representing the energies of everyone in this healing. Then I'll begin to clear the energy of shame out of the 3 lower body chakras. The root chakra at the base of the spine that holds your survival information. The second chakra, which is a couple inches below your belly button and holds your information on creativity and sexuality. The third chakra is in your upper stomach, in your solar plexus, and that chakra holds the energy on your ego and your personal power space. When foreign energy gets into these chakras, it really affects how you shine in the world, how confident you are, how you create. And so often we believe the judgments others have made towards us, and we believe it as a truth. These judgments are really based on how other people view their life, how they live their life through the lenses of their experiences. And it really has nothing to do with our energy. So if you were, say, in growing up in a house where you were body shamed, or you were sexually active, or there was shame around sex, that might have been programmed into your space to create the energy of shame that you hold in that space. You believe it as your own energy, and it's not. So that energy held in those chakras can actually affect relationships with others, relationship with yourself, and what you create for yourself throughout your life. After clearing these spaces, I'm going to replenish the composite with some positive energy and get those chakras spinning. And by clearing and resetting these spaces, it'll probably help you to feel, well, more in your body, more creative energy flowing through you, and you might even feel a little lighter and brighter. For those of you who have been in this Third Thursday healing before, you know how it goes. If you're new, I make one composite holding all of your energies, everyone in this healing, all of your energies around shame that are held in those lower body chakras. And the powerful thing about having the mix of energies is you bring your own stuff. And even though we're in different locations on the planet, that energy can still get activated, or it'll activate somebody else's energy, and it just brings up more stuff to be cleared, and it really makes for a deeper healing. If you know how to make a grounding cord on your own body, go ahead and do that. If you don't, that's okay, because I will make a grounding cord on the composite. That's the way I'm going to help you release energies off of your body. Whatever I work on in this composite will actually translate to working on each of you and your bodies, help you to release that energy. So go ahead, sit back and relax. I'll start with a simple prayer. May it be with the blessings of divinity that everyone in this healing tonight be protected and able to release energy around shame. May it be for the highest and best good for all involved. Amen. All right, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and create a composite. I'll do this with my eyes open. I'm going to create a composite of all of your energies that are in this healing tonight. I'm going to start by looking at energy held in the root chakra. Again, that's the chakra at the base of the spine where you hold your survival information. And when there's energy that's activated, it can really make you feel ungrounded in your life, anything that's affecting that root chakra. So I'm going to look in that for textures, colors, energies, and I'll let you know what I see, help you to release that. There's a lot of dark, heavy energies. Not just the energies around sexuality. A lot of that's going to be in the second chakra. But a lot of this is about body shaming, self-worth, being worthy and having value of who you are in the world. When there's been trauma, and I'll look at that in this when we get to the second chakra, but when there's been trauma around maybe some inappropriate behavior, sexual behavior directed at you, it makes it very hard for a person, man or woman, to stay in their bodies, because that trauma basically pushes you out of your body, and then it doesn't look like it's very much fun to be in your body because that trauma is held there. So I'm looking for that energy, because at least one of you has some energy around not wanting to be in present time in your body, and it could be around that or some other energy, or it could even be from a past life. But I'm helping that energy to release out of this root chakra. It's very, very sticky. So it's interesting because I keep getting the word abuse. So I don't know if one of you had abuse, but there's some abuse here somewhere, because that is one of the primary energies I'm trying to release. So you have to give me a moment before I can move on to to looking for something else in that space. It is attached to some energy around invalidation. So let me help release that. That could be some body shaming as well. I'm releasing the energy where there's going to be cords from other people and all of these chakras that I'm looking at, but I'm going to remove some cords that have been, a lot of them feel outdated, where somebody has corded you to plug into maybe even some of your survival information. And when anybody's plugged in or corded you, then you can start to take on their information and their energy like it's your own. So I'm helping to clear some cords out of this space too. As I'm pulling those cords out, I'm getting some more information. I'll just tell you some energies I'm seeing in this space. Disgust. And remember, that may not be your information. That could be somebody else's that you've taken on as your own. And then again, literally, I'm getting the fight or flight, literally fleeing, being away for your safety. And again, that could be past life. Like we've all had past lives where there's been some type of abuse. And this all comes back up in some form in our lives, some of our past experiences, this lifetime or past lifetimes. And that amount of shame that's sitting in that space is just gigantic. So let me see if I can get any movement in that chakra. I'm sorry, this one's taking a little while because there's so much held energy in this space. But the good news is it's lightening up. It's starting to flow. As I'm getting that chakra spinning, I can actually see this darker, heavier energy that went from, say, being a solid mass to breaking up, and it's starting to literally flow out and down the grounding cord on this composite, as this energy around shame, around sexual energy or body shaming, or any other shame that's in that space, is releasing. And if you're feeling activated in your own body, If you've got a grounding cord on your body, you can just start to release it out of that space or wherever you feel it. Use your tools if you're getting activated, those of you who have some energy tools. Okay, I'm going to fill this chakra up with some gold, get it spinning, and move up to the second chakra. Okay, I'm going to look a little bit differently at the energy of the second chakra. Again, that's where you, it's a sexual center, and it is where you have creative energy. And look, if there's a lot of shame and judgments around how you feel about yourself or around sex in that space, it can not only keep you from having a healthy romantic or sexual relationship, but it really does shut down your creative energy, because that is a creative center. It's literally where you create. It could be energies around art or a baby or whatever it is. It's a creative center. So I'm going to look in this space for what's affecting it right now. To get some trauma. And besides the trauma, I'm looking more for cords right now. And there are so many cords, because if you don't clear out a past partner or somebody who's plugged in to see how you create, it is just gummed up. I mean, every portion of this space around the second chakra is just corded. So let me remove those. And I want to tell you too, something to really be aware of is when you're out in a space. It could be a restaurant, a bar, in groups of people, and it could even be the grocery store. A lot of times people will cord you in this chakra on their sexual energy. Say somebody who's got a very open sacral chakra. They might try and cord you in this space in order to, say, entice you to move towards them. Or you meet somebody in a bar and they could cord you in that chakra to try and get you to have sex with them. So that's why there's also a lot of cords in this space. Those are sexual cords. And so be very aware when somebody's trying to pull you in. You can actually literally look for those cords or sense them in that chakra below your belly button and literally pull the cord out and let it retract back to that person. Then you could just imagine filling that space up with gold. I know this isn't a class where I'm teaching that, but just to be aware of how you're getting corded, or if that's something that you are not interested in, but somebody's persistent. No, they're probably cording you in that chakra. Okay, again, I'm releasing energy around a lot of trauma. This energy is dense, where the other is like a big dense blob. This is in smaller pieces. So I'm just looking at the pieces and reading that energy and seeing what energy is held in each of those, smaller chunks. There's the trauma, but there's also the energy around, again, the body shaming, where or body image, where not being okay with the body you created this lifetime, or if I looked this way or that way, maybe I'd be more attractive. So a lot of that is held because, again, remember, that's a creative center. A lot of frustration in that space. Insecurities coming out. This will be great too, because the more I can clear the energy around you regaining ownership of that space, the more confident you'll be, so that you will have more of your own creative energy back in that space to create what you want for yourself. Some sadness that I'm releasing, a little depression. And it's interesting because some of that sadness and depression is around some people who aren't, say, partnered yet, and looking at themselves like there's something wrong. So I'm releasing that heavier energy that's not, that's really not a truth. There's nothing wrong. Sometimes it's just timing. So I'm clearing the space out, and this will give you more space maybe to bring in a new relationship. Energy starting to dissipate, that those dense blobs are starting to break up. It's interesting because as I'm looking at what's releasing, there's some energy around confidence coming back into that space. And I'll fill those up at the end, but it's interesting that space literally wants to be filled in right away with some positive energies. I'm actually going to also look in the space for some family energy. That's some family control about, especially in women's spaces around when you start to become sexual. I'm seeing it, if you're in a male body, I'm not seeing the family energy quite as much as I'm seeing it in a female body, which is, say, a father putting his energy in there to try to protect the daughter from, sex, or the programming of when the parents think it's appropriate. So that's a really good thing. I'm glad I'm seeing that to clear. There's some jealousy and a lot of competition in this space. So let me clear out the jealousy and competition, as well as the judgments around body image. It's interesting because this around that space, it's like the whole inside is got layers and layers and layers of these judgments around the body image. So I know I sound like I'm jumping around, but I'm just watching stuff that's coming up so fast to clear. Trying to create a lot more space in this now as these energies are releasing. And pulling cords out, family cords, any other relationship cords that might be in that space. And remember, if you're in a partnership and a cord comes out, you're just going to record each other, record, like plug back in. So sometimes it's nice to have that person out of your space for a little while, just so that you can have your own energy back in your body. So it's not going to make a relationship end just because, I'm clearing cords. Okay, let me fill this space in with gold, and then I'll go to the third chakra in the solar plexus and start working that chakra before I fill them all back in. Okay, here again, the third chakra in the solar plexus, the upper stomach, so it's the area below your ribs. There is so much energy because it's the ego center and personal power space. I can see where, unfortunately or sadly, but we'll clear that, is a lot of, say the energy of somebody looking down. And that is where they've been programmed to believe that they are not as bright and beautiful as they are. You know, it's okay to be unique. You chose the body you chose for some lessons, or whether you have a body where you think it's great or that needs some work. It doesn't matter. We're all unique, but this programming and some of the sadness in the space around the body is, it's heavy. So I'm going to start to release that. It's so heavy that it's not, because I can feel in my body as well when I look clairvoyantly. It's not only very intense, it's also going actually up to the throat chakra. So I'll release a little bit of that out of the throat chakra. I wasn't going to focus there, but I'm going to help release some energy out of that. So I don't know if some of you can feel it really activating what I'm releasing, activating you in the throat. That could be also from unspoken words where you didn't get to defend yourself or say your piece, or, you know, the programming that you couldn't stop, you know, using your voice, that got shut down. So glad I'm seeing that. There's some energy in there about not shining too brightly. We'll say staying in the margins. You know, don't, like some family programming, don't shine too brightly. Don't be too bright in the world. Follow the rules. This is how we do it. That's family programming, and that can come down through the lineage. So I'm looking at clearing that out. Wow, there's a lot of that. Of course, your parents are going to program you to be in the world how they think you should be, unless you have enough of your own information and confidence and certainty, then that's absolutely going to affect you. And that's what this work is great at. It's helping you to have more certainty in your body. Looking for cords. I'm going to remove those. And then again, that level of shame, since this is the ego center and, you know, your personal power, where some of you, the light has kind of been dimmed, and get that brighter. I'll tell you what, this chakra is really enjoying this healing because it's releasing energy really fast. Energy starting to spin and move. It's very different from the lower chi chakras that I just worked on. A lot of shame is coming out. Shame around, again, who you are in the world, how you carry yourself, how you are active sexually, and that could be, again, either present day or from the past. And again, the energy of not being okay with who you are, how your body looks. And this is great. I love what I'm seeing, how much is releasing. You all brought a lot of good energies tonight to clear. There's some energy. It's interesting. I just got, listening as well as looking, and I got the energy around truth. So what I'm intuiting that as is finding your own truth for what's right for you in the world, and not believing, again, what other people are telling you about how they think you should be in any space. Then you're owning your personal power, right? Okay, let me fill that up with gold and get that chakra spinning. And then I'm going to just bring some energies back into the whole composite. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to look at the throat chakra really quickly and clear out any energy of that space so that you can easily speak the words you want to speak with confidence. Being safe speaking what you need to speak. That energy left that space really quickly. Okay, so let me see if there's anything else I need to release before I fill this composite in. So some of the last words that I'm seeing, or energies I'm seeing release, is the energy around being invalidated about who you are, why you're here, what you're creating. So invalidation's leaving. I see the energy of limits that were placed on you. That is releasing. Not feeling worthy. They're kind of coming out in these waves. Okay. Going to fill this space in with gold and lots of great energies of confidence, creativity, personal power, energies I'm enough, free to create in my life, have some joy, love, certainty about who you are, and self-affinity. And maybe a lot of validation, so that you're validating the fact that you're here tonight taking these next steps. You fill that composite in with all these wonderful energies, raise the vibration of the group and this composite. And I have to say, as I'm filling this back in, one of the main energies that is really everybody's being saturated with is confidence. And remember, don't believe what other people tell you. Again, it's their stuff in their life. So have confidence about who you are in the world, and that it's safe. I think that's the thing, what I saw mostly in that root chakra, is it's safe to be who you are in this world and shine your light. How do you do that? By doing this kind of work, clearing off these layers of gunk that dull our light, because there's just so many layers upon layers, and energy gets stuck in a chakra. And when a chakra's not spinning, it slows down the flow to the other chakras. And then we are just in a lump, or not feeling confidence or confident in who we are, what we're creating. So really, whatever energy tools you have or you use on a regular basis, there's no better time to keep that forward momentum going. Okay, so let me get those chakras spinning. I'm actually going to get all 7 chakras spinning, matching it up to gold. Helping you to have more clarity about your next steps on your path. Okay. I'll close out. May it be with the blessings of divinity that this healing is now complete. Amen. And just a side note, be sure to drink more water, because you are going to be processing these energies. Even though, maybe it doesn't feel like we were working one-on-one, I was still working on your energy in this composite. Your cells and organs are going to be releasing some of these energies. So drink more water. If you're tired, rest. If you feel like moving your body, get out and move your body. But know this, that you are releasing a lot of energy around shame, judgments, in these different areas. And so as this healing continues, because it'll continue for a while, it could be days or weeks, you may feel more shame, as that shame that we loosened up, or I loosened up, comes up to be cleared. So that's why, if you have a way to ground and release, and then replenish yourself with positive energies. It would be really good to continue to do that after this healing. So if you're feeling more shame the next few days or couple weeks, don't think that you had shame implanted in you. It's the shame that you're holding on to that's literally coming to the surface like a pimple to be expressed. So that's why just take care of yourself, nurture yourself, drink more water. All right, it's really nice having you in this healing tonight. Thank you for coming, and I'll put on chat in case anybody has a question before I sign out. So if you have any questions, go ahead. I'll stay on for a moment, but I just want to thank you for being here tonight and validate you all for having the strength to come and look at some energies that may help you move forward. You're welcome, everybody. Okay, thank you so much. Have a wonderful night.